And we're excited to be here today, everyone. My name is Kayla Parks, Director of Education for Chella, and we have Sarah Siegel, our Director of Sales.
Good morning, everybody. We're so happy that you're here. We're going to be learning some amazing things about doing great brows and some retailing tips as well.
Yes, absolutely. We also have our Fulfillment Manager, Jocelyn Shaheen. She's in the back answering your questions and your chat, so we really highly recommend being in that chat box and being as active as possible so we can keep this very interactive for you. And okay, everyone's saying good morning. So if you are here, go ahead and put a chat in. Let us know where you're joining in from. We're excited to have everybody here today. We're going to go through a few different things. We're going to go through our product knowledge guide so you can learn about some of our brow products that we carry. We're going to go through our display options. We're going to go through a few other items like our color matching guides and a live demonstration on Sarah. So Sarah doesn't have her brows on yet.
Yes, so no brows. We're going to be doing a live demonstration on me. We're going to be using the cream, the pencil. We're going to be doing the 60-second brow fill. We're also going to be doing the how to brow in 3 easy steps as well.
Yes. Hi, Valerie. Hi, everybody. Thank you for joining us. We're happy to have you here. All right, so let's jump into it. We'll start off with a quick product knowledge guide, and we'll go through it rather quickly, but if you do have questions, feel free to interrupt us and ask us as many questions as you'd like.
Yeah, the product knowledge guide is a really amazing reference tool to have within the business, and I would recommend that you have it digitally, dispersed to the team and have them review it before they really start doing brows, or review it if they haven't done so already. This product knowledge guide is an amazing tool and resource also for talking points of the products. So it's a really great reference, great talking points, and just something to come back to. It just gives you a really nice overview of what we carry.
Absolutely. So starting in on our product knowledge guide, oops, sorry about that. We have sorry, everybody, just a little technical difficulty. Let me just reshare that.
We have a new platform that we are working on, and there's just some, little learning curves. What do you call it? Curves. Thank you, Kayla. I need to have more of my coffee this morning.
All right. So starting with our product knowledge guide, we were founded in 2003, but we are a brow and eye focused company, and we're all about being effortless. We want everything to be very natural, more of an enhancement than like a full face of makeup, which is perfect for your clientele because as they're getting their facials or their hair done, they want a natural enhancement, right, Sarah?
Absolutely, yeah. And we always are going to be a brow and eye focused line. We are never going to be full face, which is a beautiful compliment to your businesses and for your clients to not be confused by a bunch of different SKUs. They're just going to be looking at the brows and eyes.
Right. And then we are very inclusive as well. So we have 9 different shades to fill in with and 6 different highlighter shades. We're also cruelty-free, vegan, paraben-free, gluten-free, and recyclable. And
yeah, the sustainability focus and the clean beauty focus is such a niche for us, and I think your clients definitely are looking for more products in that space. Mm-hmm. We've seen a great demand and data that comes out with regard to clients really paying attention to what they're putting on their face. Conscious cosmetics, it's all what it's about.
Yeah, exactly. Then continuing, and we have been featured all over, just like Ipsy, Elle, Vogue, Refinery 29, Birdie, some really great reviews out there about various products that we have, including our brow pencils, but also our mascaras too.
Yeah, we have an incredible market share of the business, as Kayla said. We really do go up against some of the giants out there, Anastasia and Benefit. Our reviews speak to that. People, once they've discovered us, are converted to Chella. So just because we are maybe not so much of a house brand, we really do have a really incredible market share of the brow business.
And then bringing your best brow game. So we want to make sure that you're finishing every beauty service or quick enhancement with a complimentary brow fill. It only takes you 60 seconds. And if not, you're probably missing out on a great opportunity there. Not only are you making somebody feel better by giving them an enhanced brow, but you also have a retail opportunity.
Yeah, if you think about what services you are doing all day long and how to maximize that time with your client, doing a complimentary brow fill or a brow fill for them can really drive your revenue up significantly. We see it, we hear it, we train on it. It's such an impactful service to integrate at the end of every service.
Absolutely. Demonstration leads to sales, right?
Yeah,
Service
for
to
sure.
sales. A 60-second brow fill is effortless. It is truly effortless. It takes you a couple seconds to do, but it makes a huge enhancement on the face, and it's very easy. And we are going to be demoing that for you in just a couple minutes.
Yeah, the brow fill can just make such a big difference to how people look, how people feel, and then looking in that mirror, it's just like you're creating an experience with your client.
Mm-hmm. And then when you have a little bit more time, you can do our how to brow in 3 easy steps, which can be integrated into your menus. It can be as an add-on service, but it's the full 3 steps, being fill with the eyebrow cream or pencil, define with the eyebrow defining gel, and highlight with the highlighter pencil.
And these products are very natural. I have conversations out there with professionals saying, well, I don't want to put like a heavy makeup look on my clients. This isn't going to appear that way. It obviously can be built up for that if there's wedding makeup or makeup services that you're offering. But if you're just offering a brow service and you're using all 3 of these products, it really is a very natural enhancement. So we'll go into that when we show you.
And our eyebrow, starting with our products now, for that fill step, you can choose from the eyebrow cream or eyebrow pencil. The brow cream is phenomenal. It has a cream on the bottom, and then it has a brush up top. So you untwist the bottom, you have the cream down there, and then you have the brush up here. So you're able to then also attach the cap to the bottom of the pot there, so it makes it a little bit easier to hold, dip in, and apply. But when you're using it on multiple people, I'll show you my live demonstration. You're going to scoop a little bit out, put it onto the back of the lid, and then you'll work off the lid as your palette.
Yeah, it's a phenomenal product. You can sweat runs, dance in it,
hot
do
yoga,
hot yoga.
the whole thing, right?
I had a testimonial from a client that was, wearing it at hot yoga. It didn't rub off, and then she also sold it to her yoga teacher. Her yoga teacher ended up buying it as well. Yeah, so this
yoga
was just like maybe a month ago. Yeah, there's a whole thing around that.
Yes, I mean, there's such a natural enhancement with brows that it makes sense. Like even if you don't do anything else in your face that day because you're just going hot yoga, putting your brows on just makes you feel good and like ready for the day. It only takes a couple seconds.
Yeah, and being able to present that to your clients, they're coming to you for a reason, they're trusting you. So to make these recommendations using the products on them, they might not have even thought about putting their brows on for yoga. So that's where this all comes in.
Yeah. And then our eyebrow pencil, another phenomenal product to use. I'm wearing this one today. I'm using our medium brown, but it does come in the 9 different shades. It is a very fine tip pencil. It has a spoolie on one side, and then it has the fine tip on the other side. So it is easy to work with, and it's retractable. So we love this brow pencil. It's very pigmented, so a little bit goes a long way with it.
Yeah, it really, really is. I make it a task to use other competitor products out there and kind of test the different pigments and the textures and the tips. And I will say that the Chella eyebrow pencil is phenomenal in the sense that that fine hair-like strokes what it creates, and the pigment payoff. It doesn't rub off. It doesn't go anywhere.
Right. Perfect. And we have our eyebrow defining gel. This is a clear brow gel.
People love this.
I love this one. I use it every day. I have really full brows, so if I don't fill in my brows for the gym because I go really early in the morning, I might not fill them in, but I use my brow gel because it really lifts and defines them, holds them up into place, and they're not all over the place.
Yeah,
so
that's a good one.
I love this brow gel. It is clear. It's not going to get crispy or flaky. It has aloe in it, so it's nice and hydrating. You're not going to get like a flaky residue or anything like that, but it is going to hold your brow hairs in place. We also have our highlighter pencil. Oh, I'm sorry. That brow gel is also good for your male clientele, right?
Yes, absolutely. Very good.
Yes.
To tame their brows.
Yeah, you don't have to fill in the brows. You can just go ahead and brush it up and just holds their brows in place for the day. We have our highlighter pencil that comes in 4 different shades. These are our matte shades. We also have 2 shimmer shades, which I'll show you next. This one's great. It's very blendable. It has Candelilla Sera for a really emollient property to it, so it blends out effortlessly. And it comes in light, medium, dark, and deep. You can use it anywhere on the face, not just for your brows.
Yeah, it's a favorite of mine. I use it as a concealer. I travel with the medium one when I go on vacation because it's, when I get a little bit of a color on my face, I like to, use the medium just to touch up some spots. So it really is a very versatile pencil.
Yeah. We have our shimmer highlighter pencil. So this highlighter pencil comes in 2 different shades, light and dark, but they're very universal. Like I can wear the dark one as an eyeshadow or over the cheeks on top of a blush or something. But the light one is also great for light skin tones or dark skin tones, because darker skin tones will usually use it inner corner of the eye, the brow bone, where they really want that brightness. Very creamy formula. It's got shea butter. It's very creamy, blendable. It blends out effortlessly. It's super easy to use. And are you wearing it today?
Yes, I am. I wear it every day, inside corner of my eye with the light. And then we're actually sponsoring a very significant pageant out there. Very, very significant, Miss USA. And we actually are gifting the contestants with the shimmer highlighter pencils. That's how, that's how amazing it is.
Yeah, it's truly a phenomenal product.
Yeah,
it's
the dark and the light.
It's easy to use, and I'd say it's a good gift too, because it is so universal.
Yes, exactly.
Mm-hmm. We have our custom How to Brow kits. Now, these kits are phenomenal. If you aren't retailing these, you should be, because almost every time I fill in somebody's brows with all 3 steps, I retail kit afterwards. It's not even like you're selling it to them. It's just they're asking you, what did you use on me today? And they love the fact that it gets customized to their specific shade. So I'm going to stop sharing so you can see Sarah up close. So here we are, we're back, and we are going to have Sarah explain that kit to you.
Yeah, so the custom kit is a brow kit that's customized for your client. The beautiful thing about it is it takes the guesswork out for the client. Well, what do I buy? What do I need to buy? What do I need to pick? Everything comes in the kit, and the client saves $20 by buying this. So the kit comes with a little makeup bag to put your little brow items in. And then it also comes with some instructions, front and back. That actually has the 3 steps on there. And then it comes like this, and then you customize it with your client's choice. So this is the pencil kit, which is actually a $75 kit, actually is valued at $95. So you customize it with the brow pencil. It comes with a full size gel, the dual blending brush, and then you also customize it with the highlighter. So they have 4 items there for $75 with a $95 value. Mm-hmm. And then it's customized. We have 9 different shades in the pencils and 9 different shades in the creams. 6 different shades in the highlighters. The customization is really unique.
Yeah, it is. It makes your client feel special. It's like, I get a kit made and catered just to me with my specific shades in it. It makes us feel really good.
Yeah, and I will tell you, makes great gifts as well for granddaughters, friends, best friends, especially around the holidays and significant times of the year. But yeah, these kits all year round are really good sellers.
Right. All right, shall we jump into the demo?
Absolutely, let's do it.
Okay, we're going to get close up, Sarah. You ready?
Yes, close up brows.
Yeah, so we're going to get close up on Sarah so you all can see what we're doing. Just go ahead and stay there.
Yep.
We are going to switch over to a different camera and do a quick 60-second brow fill. You can probably time me. So, we have Stephanie saying she hasn't gotten the kits yet, so it's now on her list.
Stephanie, what have you been missing out on?
Yes. We'll make sure we follow up with you about those kits, definitely. Great. So I'm switching over to our other camera really quickly.
Yeah, they make a really nice presentation too, Stephanie, on your shelf and on your merchandising area. They look really, really pretty.
They do. And we have a shelf talker to go right next to it, too.
Yeah, we have great shelf talkers.
We'll show them.
Yeah.
All right, so let's do our 60-second brow fill with the brow pencil very quickly here using the tantalizing taupe shade. We do have 9 different shades, and I will show you on our color matching guide how to go into those 9 different shades as well. We're going to start in the arch to tail. This should be the darkest part of the brow. So starting right here, building that out with that bottom line first. And I'm just building it up, and then I'm going to do the same up above, following her natural shape. If she didn't have a lot of brow here, I could do a quick map on her, which I'm happy to show you all on the other side too. If anyone's interested in that brow map, let us know in the chat. We'll be sure to show that. And we are going to go ahead and just continue building it up to the level that we like. And these pencils are very buildable. So a little bit goes a long way. I'm barely pressing, and then I'm lightly going to fade the front of the brow. And then I'm going to blend that through. I like to blend with the spoolie. This evenly distributes it. So you'll notice I was blending as I go. I apply, I blend a little bit just to kind of distribute it all the way through. And then I'm just going to deepen that up a little bit more. So you can see it's very quick. It's one product, one step. Makes a huge difference on the brows. And that's a quick brow fill. She's just turning towards me for just a second while I darken up this arched tail. And then I'm going to brush it through again. Okay. Good. Look at that. Look at that quick brow fill. What a difference that makes on Sarah, right?
Yeah. So what you would do at this point with your client is you would do the one brow fill, give them the mirror, and then show them that before and after right there and then, so they can really see the difference. Now, I do want to share with you that I do not currently have my brows groomed. I'm actually right now growing them out a little bit. So I've gone a little bit longer in between my brow wax appointments. So you will see that you don't have to have clients with perfectly groomed brows to give them a brow fill.
Right.
This can lead to actually one of two things. Number one, you fill their brows in and it will actually show them that their brows need to be waxed. And where did they get that service? It's going to come right back to you. True story, this happened actually to me in Canada, where I filled somebody's brows in, and then she says, oh, now I need to actually get my brows waxed eventually. So, you know, there's that. Or you just fill the brows in and you have a beautiful enhancement with that beautiful before and after. So very impactful. A lot of different things can happen just by doing that for 1 minute.
Yes. So on the other side, we're going to do our how to brow in 3 easy steps. And I'm going to show you a quick brow map. So I'm going to show you, we have some comments coming in. Lisa's asking, with the brow map, what is your suggestion if the client does not have the front of their brow or the tail? Lisa, great question. I will show you that right now. And then we have another question saying, I'm fairly new to Chella. I have to tell you, I have demoed so many clients who buy nothing. They come back 2 to 3 days later for the whole thing. So demos work. It says, now, Sarah, with this close-up, I may need your skincare routine, right? Sarah,
That's really sweet, Stephanie. Absolutely happy to share my my things with you.
Yeah.
So cute.
All right, I'm going to move to the other side, do a brow map, and I will also do our full 3 steps on the other side so you all can see it in action.
Stephanie, love to hear that, by the way. Love to hear that real-time, real-life story. That's what we love to hear in this community and with these webinars. Thank you for sharing that. I feel that, and I would love to ask you this and kind of further ask you, do they need a few more days to think about it and then they come back and buy everything? I think sometimes clients do that. You plant the seed and then they come back and then they want it all. So right. Yeah, sometimes people just need to sit on it, especially when it's a different look. When I first started getting my brows filled in, it did take me like a week. I would be completely honest. It took me about a week to really get used to having brows because I never filled them in before. So that's what can happen with your clients. It might not be right there and then, but it will happen.
Definitely. I'm going to go ahead and start off on her second brow now, and I'm going to show you how to brow map. And I'm going to brush through first. And I'm going to start at mid-nostril to corner of the eye. This is where the brow should begin. So Lisa, to your question, if they're missing the front of their brow, I'll make that little mark and I'll draw as close to that mark as I can with keeping it looking as natural as possible. For my second mark, I go from mid-nostril straight through the center of her eye. This is where her arch should be. Oftentimes our clients' brows will arch too far in over here, and it'll pull the look up rather than at an angle that's flattering her face and her cheekbone. And then from corner of the nose to corner of the eye, this is where the brow should be ending. And I'll tell you, a lot of people, the tail might fall a little bit short.
Yeah, I will say that probably 90% of the brows that I do personally on people, their tail is short, whether they are 28 or 68. I mean, really, the brow tail typically has fallen short.
Yeah, so many times. And then I connect that out. So a lot of times when I'm determining the fullness of the brow, I'll go to their natural shape, or if they don't have a shape there, I will go ahead and look at the fullness of their lips, and I will then determine if their brow should be a little bit fuller because they have fuller lips to balance it out, or if the brow should be a little bit on the thinner side because their lips might not be as full, so it might not balance it out as well. So that's kind of my rule for the thickness of the brows. And then I'll do the same line down below. And now brow map can be done if you're doing a brow fill, a how to brow in 3 easy steps, or it can be done pre-wax. So you could prep their skin for wax and then map them on both sides to make sure you got it as even as possible. And then as Anything outside this map, you could then remove with wax. It actually kind of ensures your client's going to be happy with the hairs being removed before they're removed. So it is a good rule of thumb to do a brow map. But also, you don't have to do a brow map if you feel comfortable just filling in the brows like I did on the first side in just 60 seconds.
It's good to know how to do. And our How to Brow guide is available on our professional.chella.com website under guides. And that How to Brow guide has everything that we're doing today, including the brow map.
Great.
Okay, I think they don't need it in response to my question earlier about clients going home and having to think about things. So Stephanie's response is, I think they don't need it, but they do. I know all the products I use so that if I'm not available, somebody else can get the exact products used. That's so essential, Stephanie. That's exactly what you should be doing. And that's where our brow consultation cards come in. And I'm actually going to show you that right now. To have these and utilize these. We can come back to that in a minute once we take the close-up camera off.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll come back to these consultation cards in a minute, which I'm going to show you. Anyway, sorry, we're staying on track.
Okay. All right, so we've got our brow map on. Now you can go off of this. I feel like I might have gone a little bit too high up here, so I'm just going to blend that softly, and then I'll go in and I can remap that section.
So important what Kayla just said. She went a little bit too high on that brow. Be forgiving for yourself when you're doing brows. Be compassionate with yourself.
Yes.
Don't be too hard on yourself. It does take some practice on everybody around you at the spa, on your coworkers, on your family, as much as you can on yourself.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, just be gentle on yourself when you're trying to do this.
Definitely. I mean, I've been doing brows for years and years, and sometimes I'll put a brow shades on somebody and then I'll take it off and do a different shade because I felt like it just didn't match right, and that's totally fine.
Yeah, the Chella team do that when we are out there doing brows. So
okay, so now I'm using our brow cream, and what I'm doing, I'm gonna get right in front of Sarah's face. Sorry, Sarah.
Yeah.
I've scooped a small amount of product out of the pot, and it's on the brush now. Oop, there it goes. So it's just a teeny tiny amount. I like to close the pot so I can make sure that airtight seal is on it, and then I place that teeny tiny amount of product onto the back of the lid. Now I can double dip onto this lid to pick up more product, and I can sanitize the lid with alcohol afterwards, and I can sanitize the brush afterwards. So that's how I keep this sanitary. And then I'm going to start in the darkest place of the brow, which is her arch to tail. I am still using our tantalizing taupe shade,
which is the color that I use.
Good. And then go ahead.
No, sorry.
I'm starting in the arch to tail, doing short hair like strokes. I've only picked up a tiny amount of product. And I'm just following my map a little bit. And then whatever is left on my brush, I actually didn't need to pick up any more product. I just faded through the front of the brow very lightly because you don't want it to be too heavy. So you could do your brow fill with this. If you wanted to do a 60-second brow fill with the cream, you absolutely can. I always recommend to use our dual blending brush and blend that through. Our dual blending brush has the spoolie on this side and the brush on the other side. So it's working for the highlighter, but it's also working to blend out your brow cream. And then I just lightly blend that through. And then I'm going to kind of wipe off her brow map so she doesn't have lines on her face anymore. And then if it gets a little smudged like I did just now, my highlighter will clean that up so I don't stress too much about that. My next step is I'm going to use my my brow gel. I untwist it, so it does have a wand in there, but when you're using it on multiple people, you're going to use a disposable wand. We do have bamboo wands on our professional website for you to be able to order. So I dipped a small amount in there, and then I went ahead and I'm going to go ahead and brush the hairs up to lift and define them. Now, Sarah had mentioned her brows aren't groomed right now, so some of them are a little bit longer, so I just kind of touch the tops of those over so they don't stick straight up. And then my third step is to highlight. So I take our highlighter pencil in the shade light, but it does come in light, medium, dark, and deep. I highlight below the arch to tail, lightly above it. And this is actually great in between services because it hides any of those unwanted hairs. And then I'm going to blend that in. I like to pull it forward so I can clean up my line because I got a little smudged up there. And then I'll pull it this way as well. So I'm going from above at this angle. And if you have questions about how to do this at a different angle, you can do this laying down. You can do it as they are sitting up, whatever you prefer. If they are going to be laying down, I recommend to have them sit up for you at first or before they lay down. Take a look at their brows because you want to make sure you're shaping it to them how they're going to be majority of the time, which is standing up or sitting up. So you want to make sure that as they lay down, their face actually kind of pulls back and it might change the shape a little bit. So look at their brows as they're coming into the room as well. And now I'm blending out that highlighter right below the arch detail. And this brush does the work for you. I'm telling you, if you have not tried this brush, please do. It carves out underneath the brow perfectly and gets you a nice clean line. Front. Perfect. I'm going to go ahead and get the front a little bit more.
Kayla's doing this at a weird angle because we're trying to be face on for the camera for you guys to see. So she's coming in from the side. Yeah, she just she's doing an amazing job. Okay. And there you are. There's your brow. That's the brow cream on this side, and then the brow pencil on that side. And then the question that we get sometimes is, how do I know which product to use on which client? That really depends on you and maybe depends on the comfort level of the client. Maybe ask them in advance, do you fill in your brows? What do you currently use? Sometimes if they're using a pencil, they may want to use a cream just as a, as a difference, to try something new. It's always nice to give your client options.
It is. It makes a big difference. And I do typically do a consultation with my client. I'll ask them, what's your relationship with your brows? And I'll ask them a little bit about their history with the brows and find out what they like, what they don't like, if they like a fuller brow, a more natural brow. However they like it, I kind of cater it to them. And then during that consultation, I also ask them what are they currently using so I can keep in their comfort level, or I can recommend a new product to them. So if they're using a brow pencil and they love the brow pencil, I might just introduce them to the Chella one. But if they're telling me that their brow pencil is fading and it's rubbing off throughout the day, I'd probably recommend them a brow cream so that it would stay on really well. So I listen to them and find out what their needs are.
Absolutely.
Do you think Chella will ever come out with a brow powder?
Anything's possible. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, if we get enough demand for it, definitely we put that on the product development list, Stephanie, for sure.
I will say if you are looking for a powder, try out the cream. It does have an angled brush like you would use with a powder. Mm-hmm. Just have a really natural hand with it. So just a tiny, tiny bit of product goes along with the cream, but it's actually going to stay on a lot better than a powder would. Powders come right off on me.
Absolutely. So, but thank you, Stephanie, for asking us that. One thing that's really important that I want to share with you is that it's how you present this opportunity to your client. A lot of the time I'll hear from estheticians that they've asked their clients if they want their brows filled in. And sometimes the client in their mind are like, I don't know if I really want that. Am I going to have to buy something? How long is this going to take? Is it going to look good? All these things circulate in the client's head. If you present it differently and say, Kayla, I'm just going to fill in your brows real quick. If you don't like it, we can take it right off. It's just going to take a minute. The client then is just basically being told that you're filling in her brows and you're going to show her how amazing it looks. So there isn't any of that guesswork inside her head. Mm-hmm. So really give that a try if you are having any kind of question on how to present this to your clients and how to incorporate it. Just try that for 30 days and let us know how that works for you.
Yes, makes a big difference approach. Mm-hmm. And as Sarah had mentioned earlier, we do have consultation cards. So I know that Stephanie had said that a lot of times her clients come back. A great thing to have is our consultation cards, which you are able to order. They come in a pack of $250, but they allow you to check off what you used on your client. Yeah. So you can either keep it on record or your client can go home with it to make sure that she has a little reminder on what you did on her. But you can check off the kit that you used. So you'll check off either eyebrow cream or eyebrow pencil. And then you'll check off the shade, and then you'll check off the highlighter pencil. So when she comes back in or when they come back in, they know what you use.
Yeah, and you can just check off a la carte products. Yeah. I mean, this is a really good way, too, for time. If the estheticians and service professionals are in the back doing brows, the client can walk to the front and give this to the front desk, and then that can be checked out with the retail product. So the retail can be checked out by the front desk, saves a lot of time, and then closes the sale, basically. So... yeah.
And on the topic of front desk, we highly recommend having our color matching guides at the front desk. There's one for creams and pencils and one for highlighter pencils. And should we walk through this real quickly?
Absolutely. And I recommend that you laminate these for every service area. Laminated front and back. This is the brow fill one. And laminate it for the front desk, the service areas. Have it everywhere.
Exactly. So this is our color matching guide. I'm going to take you through these shades very quickly. And this one is for our eyebrow creams and eyebrow pencil shades. So our lightest shade in the line is the beautiful blonde, which is cool in tone and it doesn't pull any redness to it. So it looks really beautiful on your natural blondes or just lighter hair in general. It's very natural. Our light brown is our golden shade. So this one is great for your honey blondes or your light brown hair with golden hues to it. Even medium brown hair that have like golden highlights. It looks really pretty on. We have our tantalizing taupe, which is what we wore on Sarah. But Sarah can be more than one shade, right, Sarah?
Yeah, so your clients are going to be more than one shade, hands down. They're never just going to be one. So there's an opportunity to, retail one color, one shade to them, a taupe. And then next month they could come back for the light brown. And that actually is applicable to both the brow creams and the pencils.
Exactly.
I wear 4 different shades, not at once, but I wear these top 4 shades that you see at any given time. Just depends on the mood, the look, the time of year, what I'm doing.
Yeah. Our tantalizing taupe is what I use on Sarah today. It is a very natural shade. It's a cool tone. I can also wear it even though I have very dark hair. A lot of times I go with taupe. And then I also sometimes go with medium brown. Medium brown is also a great shade. I actually mapped Sarah's brows in medium brown so you could see it better. But you can pick a brow shade that matches their brow hair or go a shade lighter sometimes and then build up from there. I don't usually recommend going darker than their brow, or oftentimes when our clients or when somebody's matching me, they want to go with dark brown, but we're not trying to make the brows darker. We're just enhancing them lightly. So if I went with dark brown, it'd probably be a little bit heavy because my skin tone's so light. Yeah. So I go with medium brown. So it really works great for your brunettes. It is cool in tone and it's not warm at all. It's a very cool tone shade. It looks beautiful. We have our awesome auburn. This one is a true auburn, very unique to our line. If somebody naturally has that red hair, this is perfect for them because it's so hard to find an auburn. We have our dazzling dark brown, which is warm tone. This is great anywhere from light brown to dark brown hair that has a warm tone to it. It's a little bit of red in their hair. This looks beautiful on them. We have our deep brown, which is cool tones. You got dazzling for warm. You've got deep brown for the cool tone. And this one works great because it doesn't look... It's not quite black, but it's not as light as the medium brown. It's perfect in between. So if somebody naturally has that really deep hair, this is perfect on them. It also shows up beautifully on deep skin tones too. Our graceful gray, this is our cool tone gray, another unique shade to the line because it is hard to find this one. You can also match this with platinum hair, ash hair, more mature Chella Bellas out there. It's beautiful for them. And we have our elegant ebony, which is cool tone black, so there's no red in it. It's very natural. So don't be afraid of the ebony. If somebody naturally has black hair, try it out because it does look very natural on them. Yeah,
the graceful gray was our #1 selling color in the UK. And we have a lot of fan favorites of that gray because it really is like a graphite black as well. I've seen very dark haired ladies wearing that is like kind of a cool graphite black. So it's a really versatile colors and great for the younger set that dye their hair that platinum gray blonde color. I will say a little tip is that the cream, always use the lighter shade of the cream that you would typically use. Yeah. Don't use the darker shade. So case in point, I wear the light brown cream or I'll wear the taupe cream. I will never wear the darkest shade of my range. Because it just is definitely a little bit more of a pigmented product and a little bit more intense in a really good way. So always use the lighter shade cream and then you overlay that if you want to use the pencil in conjunction with it, a little bit of a darker pencil. Hope that makes sense. If you need some help on that, just let us know.
And then we'll quickly walk through our highlighter guide as well. So our highlighter guide, this is phenomenal too. Have it laminated at your front desk. This will help your team out so much. This is our highlighters come in light, medium, dark, and deep. Also 2 shimmer highlighters. So the light highlighter is the lightest shade in the line. It's our most popular shade. It works beautiful for light skin tones, fair skin tones. Sarah and I both wear it. It's a great shade. We have our medium highlighter. You can wear this for medium skin tones. It's got a nice peachy undertone to it. It also works beautifully for somebody with a tan, like Sarah sometimes uses this in the summer. We have our dark highlighter, great for dark skin tones. It's not ashy and it's still bright. It's got more like a neutral peachy undertone, so it's not going to pull ashy on dark skin tones. And then we have our deep highlighter, which is perfect for deep skin tones. It's a neutral undertone, so it's not ashy and it's not orange, which is key when you're working with deep skin tones. So this one works beautifully for deep skin tones. We have our 2 shimmers. As we mentioned earlier, they are pretty universal, so you can use them on any skin tone, basically. I use both on myself. I've also used both on very deep skin tones.
Yeah, there you are. Those are color matching. So we reviewed the product knowledge guide today. That's what we're just looking at right now. And these, oh, I'm sorry?
Displays?
Oh, displays, yeah.
All right, we're going to do one more presentation with our displays so you can see what we have to offer you for displays for your area. So we have some great retail displays for your point of purchase, like our eyeshadow display, our premium lash and curl display, our standard brow display. These hold all of your retail products and your testers all in one. So it's like what is it called? It has your testers and your retail, so you're able to
try and buy.
Thank you. I was trying to find like
try and buy.
Try and buy. We love that. We also have what I was working off of today, which is our brow tester display, or 2 tester blocks that just opened or that we just launched. This is our brow tester display. So you can see it's pretty compact, but it does hold everything for me. So it keeps everything nice and organized. It has all the different shades I need in there. However, if you're moving around the salon and you don't want to carry that with you, we have these adorable little tester blocks. These are brand new. They hold all of your creams, or we have a pencil version too, your gel, your highlighter, and your brush. So you can be running around busy on the go, going at a shampoo bowl even, right, Sarah?
Yeah, I have a client that basically had 2 young ladies that weren't selling anything within the business, and they started doing touch-ups at the shampoo bowl and using the tester blocks, and now they're on the leaderboard every week. True story. This is a South Bay client that we have that is a really great Chella client. So yeah, we created these little blocks, and now they have the ability to be able to just, do the touch-ups at anywhere.
Yeah,
these are great for hair stations as well, when you have very limited space. I will tell you that this comes with 26 pieces in here. So that comes with all 9 creams, pencils, gel, highlighters, and then the door blending brush. It's like an 8x8. It's really nice and compact with a removable 2-sided header. So if you do have a shelf constraint, you can remove the header. I wouldn't really recommend it, but the option is definitely there.
Right, and these can be used in the treatment area, like in your esthetician's room, or it can also be at a front area as well. But most of our clients use these in treatment areas, like a salon chair, SD room works great for that. If you want something for your front area, I showed you in the image, but we're going to pull it down for you so you can see it. It is our standard display. So it holds all of our retail in the back and the testers up front. So it's a try and buy display.
Yeah.
This is good for your front desk area.
Yeah.
And then the other big one that we have people that were raving about this is our lash and curl display by your register, because it holds all of your lash tools to do a quick demonstration with our curlers and have mascaras. And who isn't always looking for a new mascara?
100%. We're having a huge amount of success out there with accounts with people demoing the heated eyelash curler out there by the front desk in the area. People are especially looking for holiday ideas right now, and to look their best during the holidays, and to also just buy gifts. So this lash and curl display holds all 4 mascaras and the lash curlers. Yeah. So I think we should do a webinar on the lash curlers. So really, yeah.
Okay. All right. So thank you everybody so much for joining us today. If there's any last minute questions, put them in the chat as we're wrapping up here. We're so appreciative of everybody's time, and we'll just do a quick recap of what we went over. So we started off going through our product knowledge guide. So you got a little bit of our lingo on our products. We then went into a 60-second brow fill demonstration, right, Sarah?
Yeah, 60-second brow fill.
Yes, and it's really quick to do, but you can do it after any service. So you can do it after you've done their hair, while they're getting their color on their hair. You can do it after any kind of facial or brow wax. Anytime you can do a 60-second brow fill. And sometimes even your front desk really gets into it, and they love to do it too. So the opportunities are endless there. We also demoed our How to Brow in 3 Easy Steps, which complements our brow kits. So if you weren't familiar with our kits before, now you are. And these brow kits are phenomenal. They're gonna be flying off the shelves for you. Once you demo the product, your client's just asking, what did you use on me? So they're very natural sell there.
Yeah, and then our CEO founder is just chatting us up and saying that we should be teasing the brow gel with fibers. So we are working on a brow gel right now that's going to be phenomenal. There was a huge demand for that. So that will be our next brow product that will be coming out, and we'll keep you posted. We do these brow webinars every single month. So it's usually the first or second Tuesday of the month at 9 a.m. And then we also do an additional webinar as well in the month for another topic.
Our next webinar is actually next Tuesday, and it's with our social media manager, Alexa Garcia. And she is just a wealth of knowledge all about social media tips in your business on how to keep your social media current.
Relatable, things that you can start doing today.
Right. Easy steps that you could be doing today with your social media. So join us next Tuesday as well for that webinar with Alexa. You can sign up on our website.
Yeah, and then we'll be sending an email out after the webinar with all the different things that we've covered today, the guides and everything, so that you have that as a resource. And thank you so much for joining. We appreciate you, and we look forward to hearing more. And maybe tag us at Chella Pro Instagram, and we also have Chella Beauty Instagram. We'd love to see you. Follow us, and we're also on TikTok as well. But we'd love to see some of your work.
Yeah,
so please make sure you tag us. We'd love to see that.
Yes. All right, everybody, you have a wonderful day and a great rest of your week. We appreciate you.
Thank you, guys.